Now, I know that when you're unemployed, you probably don't have an income. So the idea of getting another, certificate might be like, I don't know about that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rewind the Lesson. My name is Margaret, and we are back with the impactful, quick, and let's get it moving videos. Okay, if you see me looking down, I've got a notebook here where I've written all my points so that we can get through this information as quick as possible and get on with our grind. All right, so today's video, I will be sharing a few tips of things that I have tried. And I've seen other people try and I've seen them work for them. A few tips on things that you can do if you're a qualified South African teacher and you do not know what to do because you're currently unemployed and you're frustrated, you're applying for every teaching job there is, and you haven't been fortunate enough with getting employment. This is what I would do in the meantime while I try and figure that entire area of my life out. The first thing I would do is consider freelance tutoring. I know there are many organizations and different like small businesses where people, or rather side hustle, because for me, a small business is a business that's actually registered, but there are a lot of people who run side hustles where they actually have tutoring services. You can ask to join them, or you can start your own tutoring business and have that generate somewhat of a income. Number two, highly recommend, I would consider producing educational content. Educational content can be in the form of me telling you about my lived experience within the field of education and some of my tips and tricks, or you can actually focus your YouTube channel on subject related material content that will gravitate a lot of viewers, but also it keeps you active within knowledge, especially about an area that you are particularly going to be teaching within the mainstream classroom. Also consider blog writing. If you're into blogs, write a blog. It could also relate to the necessary subject matter. Number three, I would consider volunteering. In fact, with volunteering, I know of someone whom I recommended volunteering to, and I said to them, you know what, try out your local ECDs. These are early childhood development centers. Go in there, tell them, hey, I'm a qualified educator. It might not necessarily be within the ECD space. However, I'd like to see how you guys do the teaching, how the day rolls out here. How are you going about early childhood development? There could be skills that you might learn in that area as well. Professional development. So when it comes to professional development, I'm going to refer and put a link to a video that I recently posted where I literally share a couple of organizations that I know which are great with equipping newly qualified educators, and some of these organizations actually even place you in a job. It's all about having your eyes out and finding the right opportunities. And I know right now, if you go and search on the platforms that I mentioned in this video, you will find that there are opportunities that are open and waiting for you to apply. Networking. So with networking, this could be in physically networking, getting around different teaching or teaching groups where there are different teachers, different events, but also this could be through social media. Have a LinkedIn profile where you're able to connect with different people within the education sector, check in with them. What do they do in their work? Whatever you find interesting. That's also another way that you can network. And then number 6, consider alternative certification. Now, I know that when you're unemployed, you probably don't have an income. So the idea of getting another, certificate might be like, I don't know about that. However, I do know that by getting another certification, you could just be equipping yourself with other skills that you might have not necessarily touched on within your bachelor in education or your postgraduate certificates in education. For instance, you can do a short project management course. This can even be on websites such as Udemy, courses. There's different platforms where you can do these courses at a low cost, or you can opt for paying the premium price for LinkedIn and then take advantage of LinkedIn learning opportunities. Stay informed. Oh my God, you know when they say people will perish because of lack of knowledge,